Imagine your muscles are like a phone that slips into airplane mode overnight. Without the right fuel, they start cannibalizing themselves. But research shows one overlooked food acts like a full battery recharge. I'll reveal this pantry staple that costs less than eggs and delivers more muscle building power per spoonful. The nighttime muscle drain. Your body maintains muscle through two constant processes: muscle protein synthesis and breakdown. During the day, building slightly outpaces breakdown if you eat adequately. Overnight, this balance reverses. After age 60, that overnight shift becomes dramatic. Your body enters a fasted state that can last 8 to 10 hours. Without incoming fuel, it starts breaking down muscle tissue for essential amino acids. This isn't temporary weakness, it's active muscle loss. Your body consumes the very tissue you need for standing up from chairs, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. Research confirms this accelerated breakdown occurs specifically during nighttime fasting in older adults. Each night of catabolic activity translates to measurable muscle decline month after month. The problem worsens because aging muscle cells become less responsive to protein signals. They require stronger stimuli to initiate rebuilding. Less muscle means less daily activity, which further accelerates tissue loss. This creates a self-perpetuating cycle of declining strength and mobility. Understanding this biological reality provides the foundation for effective intervention. The key lies in supplying the right nutrients at the right time to counteract this nightly drain. Your current protein sources might not provide adequate protection during these critical overnight hours. Why eggs aren't enough anymore? Eggs seem like the perfect protein solution. They're convenient, affordable, and contain all 9 essential amino acids. For younger adults, this works well. Their muscles respond readily to the protein in eggs, rebuilding efficiently after meals. But after 60, your muscles change in a fundamental way that makes eggs far less effective. Research shows aging muscles develop what scientists call anabolic resistance. Think of it like your muscles becoming hard of hearing. They need a louder, more sustained signal to respond to protein. The protein in eggs digests relatively quickly, creating a brief spike of amino acids in your bloodstream. For resistant older muscles, this short burst isn't enough to trigger meaningful rebuilding. Studies indicate seniors need approximately 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal to maximize muscle synthesis. That translates to about 5 or 6 eggs in one sitting, far more than most people typically eat. Beyond the quantity issue, eggs also lack the optimal amino acid profile for overcoming anabolic resistance. They don't provide enough of the specific amino acid that acts as the primary trigger for muscle building in older adults. This explains why you might be eating adequate protein, but still experiencing muscle loss. Your body isn't receiving the right type of stimulus at the right intensity. The quick digesting nature of egg protein means it doesn't provide sustained support through the night when muscle breakdown accelerates. You need a protein source that addresses both the increased quantity requirements and the changed responsiveness of aging muscle tissue. The solution isn't necessarily eating more eggs, it's choosing protein sources specifically suited to older physiology. We need foods that provide a stronger initial signal and longer-lasting amino acid release. This dual approach can effectively overcome the anabolic resistance that makes eggs inadequate for preserving muscle mass after 60. Understanding this biological shift helps explain why your current protein strategy might be falling short despite seeming nutritionally sound. Anabolic resistance explained. Simply imagine your muscles have become hard of hearing as you age. They need louder signals to respond to the protein you eat. This condition is called anabolic resistance. And it's not about how much protein you consume, it's about your body's ability to use that protein effectively. Anabolic resistance means your muscle cells become less sensitive to the building signals that protein provides. Think of it like having a foreman on a construction site who's difficult to wake up in the morning. The construction materials might be delivered, but without the foreman's direction, the workers don't start building. Your muscle cells behave similarly. They receive amino acids from protein, but don't initiate the rebuilding process as efficiently as they once did. Research shows this resistance develops gradually, with significant acceleration after age 60. Even when you consume adequate protein through foods like eggs or meat, your muscle-building machinery doesn't engage properly. The cellular pathways that should trigger muscle protein synthesis become less responsive to the usual signals. This explains why many active seniors who eat protein regularly still experience frustrating muscle loss despite their efforts. The problem isn't the quantity of protein alone, but rather the type of signal it sends. Younger muscles respond to moderate protein intake with efficient rebuilding, but older muscles require a stronger, more specific trigger. This is why simply increasing your protein consumption without considering the quality and timing may not produce the desired muscle-preserving effects. The solution involves smarter protein strategies that address this change responsiveness. You need protein sources that provide not just adequate amounts, but also the right composition and digestion pattern. The key lies in overcoming this cellular resistance by providing the specific nutrient that can effectively wake up your muscle-building machinery. This understanding shifts the focus from merely eating more protein to choosing proteins that specifically counteract anabolic resistance. Your muscles need a clearer command to begin the rebuilding process, and certain foods deliver this instruction more effectively than others. The right protein source acts like an alarm clock for your muscle cells, providing the strong signal needed to initiate synthesis despite the age-related resistance. Now let's examine the specific amino acid that serves as this crucial wake-up call for your muscles, the leucine breakthrough. Of the 20 amino acids that build protein, one serves as the primary trigger for muscle synthesis. Leucine acts like the foreman on a construction site who shouts the command to start building. When you consume protein, leucine signals your muscle cells to begin the repair and growth process. Without sufficient leucine, the other amino acids from your food remain unused, like construction materials without a work crew. Research shows older adults need approximately 2 to 3 grams of leucine per meal to maximize muscle response. That's nearly double the amount required by younger adults for the same rebuilding effect. Most common protein sources don't provide enough leucine to overcome age-related anabolic resistance. Eggs, for example, contain only about 0.5 grams of leucine per large egg. You would need to eat 4 to 6 eggs in one sitting to reach the necessary leucine threshold. This explains why simply eating more protein doesn't solve muscle loss after 60. Your muscles require this specific amino acid in sufficient quantities to bypass their resistance. Leucine activates the mTOR pathway, the cellular mechanism that initiates muscle protein synthesis. Without adequate leucine, this pathway remains mostly inactive, regardless of how much total protein you consume. The right protein source must be leucine-rich to effectively counteract muscle decline. You need foods that deliver a strong leucine signal alongside other essential amino acids. This combination provides both the trigger and the building materials for muscle maintenance. Focusing on leucine content shifts the strategy from merely counting protein grams to evaluating protein quality for aging muscles. Next, we'll examine which affordable food delivers this crucial nutrient most effectively while addressing the specific needs of older adults. The ideal source will provide both high leucine content and a digestion pattern that supports overnight muscle protection. The overlooked superfood revealed cottage cheese emerges as the most effective solution for senior muscle maintenance. Among the protein sources we've discussed, this simple dairy product stands out because it directly addresses the specific challenges of aging muscles. While eggs, Greek yogurt, and plant-based options all offer benefits, cottage cheese provides a unique combination that makes it particularly suited for older adults. The key advantage lies in its protein composition. Cottage cheese contains casein, a slow-digesting milk protein that releases amino acids gradually over several hours. Research shows this sustained release pattern is ideal for preventing overnight muscle breakdown. Unlike faster digesting proteins that provide a brief spike of amino acids, casein creates a steady supply that matches your body's overnight repair needs. This makes it especially valuable during the extended fasting period while you sleep. A half-cup serving delivers approximately 14 grams of protein with about 1.5 grams of leucine. This combination directly tackles both anabolic resistance and nighttime muscle loss. The leucine content reaches the threshold needed to trigger muscle protein synthesis in aging muscles, while the casein ensures those building materials remain available throughout the night. No other common protein source offers this precise combination of high leucine content and extended digestion timing. Beyond its muscle benefits, cottage cheese provides additional nutritional advantages. It's rich in calcium and phosphorus, two minerals crucial for maintaining bone density as you age. This dual support for both muscle and bone health makes it particularly valuable for seniors concerned about overall mobility and fracture risk. The cost comparison makes cottage cheese even more appealing. It typically costs less per serving than eggs or meat while delivering superior muscle-building potential. The texture and versatility make it easy to incorporate into various meals. Unlike some specialized protein supplements, cottage cheese requires no preparation and can be eaten directly from the container. Its mild flavor serves as a blank canvas for both sweet and savory additions, allowing you to customize it to your taste preferences while still obtaining the nutritional benefits. This combination of scientific effectiveness, affordability, and convenience makes cottage cheese an ideal choice for seniors focused on muscle preservation. It addresses the specific physiological changes that occur with aging while fitting easily into daily routines. The research-backed benefits extend beyond theoretical advantages to practical, measurable improvements in muscle maintenance when consumed regularly. Next, we'll examine how cottage cheese compares directly to other protein sources you might be considering. Understanding these differences will help you make informed choices about which foods best support your muscle health goals. Comparing the protein powerhouses. Now let's examine how cottage cheese compares to the other protein sources you might consider. While all these foods offer protein benefits, they differ significantly in their effectiveness for senior muscle preservation. The right choice depends on how well each addresses the specific challenges of aging muscles. Greek yogurt contains whey protein, which digests quickly and provides a rapid amino acid release. This works well for immediate muscle repair after exercise, but lacks the sustained support needed overnight. The faster digestion means it doesn't provide the prolonged protection against nighttime muscle breakdown that cottage cheese offers through its casein content. Lentils provide plant-based protein that supports overall nutrition but falls short for muscle building in seniors. They lack sufficient leucine to overcome anabolic resistance and don't provide the complete amino acid profile needed for optimal muscle synthesis. While valuable for fiber and other nutrients, they shouldn't be your primary protein source for muscle maintenance. Sardines offer high-quality protein with the bonus of omega-3 fatty acids. However, they're more expensive per serving than cottage cheese and less versatile in daily meals. Many people find the strong flavor limiting for regular consumption, and they don't provide the slow-digesting protein pattern that best supports overnight muscle protection. Pumpkin seeds, quinoa, and hemp seeds work better as supplemental protein sources rather than primary options. They contribute to overall protein intake, but don't deliver the leucine concentration or digestion timing that aging muscles require. These plant sources are better suited for adding variety to your diet rather than serving as your main muscle-building foundation. Research consistently shows dairy proteins outperform plant proteins for muscle building in older adults. The combination of higher leucine content and more complete amino acid profiles makes dairy particularly effective. Among dairy options, cottage cheese stands out for its unique casein content that provides extended amino acid release. Cottage cheese delivers the best combination of cost, convenience, and biological effectiveness. It costs less per serving than most other high-quality protein sources, while providing the specific nutritional profile aging muscles need. The slow-digesting casein protein makes it ideal for preventing overnight muscle breakdown when consumed before bed. For overcoming anabolic resistance and addressing nighttime muscle loss, cottage cheese emerges as the clear winner. It provides the necessary leucine threshold, sustained amino acid release, and practical affordability that other options can't match in one package. This makes it the most effective choice for seniors focused on maintaining muscle mass and strength. The 30-minute bedtime solution. The timing of your cottage cheese intake matters as much as the food itself. Research shows simply eating protein at random times won't maximize muscle protection. Your body follows a specific overnight repair cycle that requires precise nutrient timing to counteract muscle breakdown effectively. Studies indicate consuming 20 to 30 grams of protein approximately 30 minutes before sleep prevents overnight muscle loss. This timing allows amino acids to peak in your bloodstream just as your body enters its primary repair phase. The slow-digesting casein in cottage cheese provides a steady supply of building materials for 6 to 8 hours throughout the night. This approach directly addresses the muscle loss that occurs during extended nighttime fasting. Your body needs sustained amino acid availability to prevent switching into catabolic mode, where it breaks down muscle tissue for energy. A half-cup serving of cottage cheese delivers both the required protein amount and the ideal digestion pattern for overnight protection. The casein protein forms a gel-like substance in your stomach that slows digestion. This creates a gradual release of amino acids that mirrors your body's overnight repair needs. Unlike faster proteins that provide a brief spike, cottage cheese maintains elevated amino acid levels throughout the critical fasting period. This bedtime strategy works because it aligns with your body's natural rhythms. During sleep, growth hormone release and cellular repair processes peak, making this the optimal window for muscle maintenance. Providing building materials during this period ensures your body doesn't need to break down existing muscle for essential amino acids. The half-cup serving size provides approximately 14 grams of protein with adequate leucine to trigger muscle protein synthesis. This quantity meets research recommendations for pre-sleep protein intake without causing digestive discomfort. The mild nature of cottage cheese makes it unlikely to disrupt sleep when consumed in this moderate amount. Implementing this routine requires minimal effort but delivers significant benefits. The 30-minute window before bed allows for comfortable digestion while ensuring amino acids are available when needed most. This simple timing adjustment can significantly reduce the muscle loss that typically occurs during sleep. This approach represents a practical application of nutritional science to daily life. The combination of specific timing, appropriate portion size, and ideal protein type creates a powerful intervention against age-related muscle decline. The routine fits easily into evening habits without requiring major lifestyle changes. Research supports this strategy as particularly effective for older adults experiencing anabolic resistance. The sustained amino acid delivery helps overcome the reduced sensitivity to protein signals that develops with age. This makes the timing even more crucial for seniors than for younger individuals. Addressing dairy concerns. Many older adults avoid dairy due to concerns about digestive discomfort or lactose intolerance. These worries shouldn't prevent you from accessing cottage cheese's muscle-protecting benefits. Understanding how dairy affects your system helps you make informed choices that support your health goals. Cottage cheese contains significantly less lactose than milk. The fermentation process used in its production breaks down much of the lactose that causes digestive issues. Many people who experience discomfort with other dairy products find they tolerate cottage cheese well because of this reduced lactose content. For those with complete lactose intolerance, lactose-free cottage cheese options are widely available. These products remove the lactose while maintaining all the protein and nutritional benefits. The muscle-building advantages make seeking out these alternatives worthwhile if regular dairy causes problems. Research indicates most older adults can consume moderate amounts of dairy without adverse effects. The potential benefits for muscle preservation often outweigh the minimal risk for the majority of people. Muscle loss poses a greater threat to mobility and independence than dairy sensitivity for most seniors. If you're concerned about how your body might react, start with small portions. Begin with a quarter cup of cottage cheese and observe how you feel. Gradually increase to the half-cup serving size as your tolerance allows. This cautious approach helps your digestive system adapt while still providing protein benefits. The timing of consumption can also affect digestion. Eating cottage cheese 30 minutes before bed gives your body time to process it before lying down. This timing often reduces any potential digestive discomfort while maximizing muscle protection during sleep. For those who remain concerned, combining cottage cheese with other foods may improve tolerance. Mixing it with berries or whole grains can slow digestion further and potentially reduce any sensitivity issues. The added fiber from these accompaniments supports digestive health alongside muscle maintenance. Clinical evidence supports dairy consumption for most older adults seeking to maintain muscle mass. The combination of high-quality protein, leucine content, and slow digestion pattern makes cottage cheese particularly valuable. These benefits justify finding ways to incorporate it into your routine, despite initial concerns. The muscle-preserving advantages significantly outweigh the manageable risks for the majority of seniors. With various options and strategies available, most people can find a way to include cottage cheese comfortably. The key is starting slowly and adjusting based on your individual response. Conclusion: this simple adjustment to your evening routine can help maintain strength and mobility. Starting tonight, measure half a cup of cottage cheese about 30 minutes before bed. The slow-digesting casein protein will provide sustained amino acid release through the night. This helps prevent the muscle breakdown that occurs during sleep while supporting your body's natural repair processes. Choose either sweet or savory additions based on your preference. Both deliver the same muscle-protecting benefits. Consistency with this practice yields measurable improvements in muscle maintenance over time. Your dedication to this small change makes a significant difference in preserving your independence and vitality. Try this for the next 7 nights and note your morning strength and energy. If it helps, subscribe to Senior Strength 60 Plus, leave a comment "I'm in," and share this video with a friend who could benefit.